Hi, it's July 11th, 2017, and sorry I'm with my early morning voice. Heather had asked me to do a point of view, a perspective about why I'm so involved with the power of the solar plexus and why I feel the solar plexus is such a key to everything in the aliveness of human beings. Very simply said, is the solar plexus is the drum. It's where we hear the sound of creation. It's where we trust our gut instincts, where we have a sense of gut knowing, and actually where we have a sense of core or self-esteem or a sense of self. It's a sense of being secure in our gut. Our solar plexus is, as I said, like a drum. And when that drum resonates, when you resonate with that drum, you can trust yourself beyond all logical knowing. I don't know what humanity is going to do if it doesn't figure out at some point that it's magnificent, that it carries the most magnificent capacities to be one with creation at a biological level. Mostly everything that people try to do is beyond is with their head, with their mind, or they try to cure their body. They don't really, in the West, know what it is to turn it into an instrument. Even yoga and things like that are made into physical exercise, not tuning forks of consciousness. But it really matters being a conscious being, because when you're a conscious being, your cells are alive. They're giving you memory, not only memory of this lifetime where you learn, where you have a powerful relationship to your own existence and your own well-being, but a powerful relationship with your own body. So this body is the earth suit of you, a conscious being that is actually designed to be in harmony and unity with it, like when you can feel a drum inside of you that is calling you, that is rhythmically talking to you, that is powerfully engaging with you in the movement of creation. The other thing I want to kind of bring to bear in this conversation is this sense that the only instincts we're to have are ones of fear. But the gut isn't always registering fear. Our solar plexus is a drum, registers unity with creation. I don't know if you've ever had an intense experience like your firstborn, or realizing someone is attracted to you and wants to be with you, that you adore. But if you remember, it hits your gut. That grip in your gut is that butterflies in the stomach. That is the universe of aliveness and vitality really talking to you. In a human being, we're primitive creatures. Our biological suit is. And so we're designed to be on alert about every 6 minutes to make sure there's no danger. But in our modern society, we're on alert about every 6 seconds. So there's no room for, it's like the drum gets overstretched. It's like it loses its resonance. It doesn't have its vitality anymore, and it only can register fear, because fear is like a big mallet hitting that drum. So it's a very different reality than the one that we live in between our ears. And without that linkage to the gut, we don't even know what to trust. It's all in rationale and reason, and as we see in our modern world, it has to do with what story you're going to believe. So that's really the first piece I'd like to share about the power of the solar plexus. There's other things I could go into more complicatedly. It winds down into the embryonic, what we call the abdominal brain, which is the memory we carried, kind of the imprint, the template we carry when we come in here. And if it's strong, it activates the what I am. It's, you know what you are. You just may not know how to describe it or talk about it, because what you are is a experience of being in a living field, being in a field of creation that allows you to move with it and dance with it and play with it. And with that taken away, with that not possible, you're left to reason, you're left to stories, you're left to fake news maybe. But that abdominal brain is not our historical upbringing. That is in our nervous system, that is in our emotional response. But our embryonic brain carries a key template of why you can say, I don't belong here, or this isn't the job for me, or I'm not like other people. That's all there because you have an embryonic brain that still remembers the original template. You also have a vagus nerve that moves between your abdominal brain, your gut, and your brain, your other brain. Those are all brains, by the way. Your abdominal brain is the first thing that forms in an embryo. The gut is the second brain. There's actually brain matter in your solar plexus drum. And then the vagus nerve that goes up to the other brain, which is in your skull. So the first responder should be the instinct, should be the ability to register your connection with creation, should be able to register your consciousness in unity with creation. And then it informs the brain so you can make decisions. How many people get caught in what's the right thing to do, which is very different than what is mine to do. So that's some of the conversation I want to have. And then the last one, because remember these are Tantra Teasers on health, is what do I mean to be a conscious being? It means to be able to register beyond words, to register beyond understanding, to register beyond reason, and to be able to trust your gut, the response of your solar plexus. The last thing I want to talk about is resonance, because a drum is a resonant nature. It resonates. When it hits it, you feel a vibration. It sends the sound out into the ethers. Why I designed the creation exercises was I knew we had to get the solar plexus region calm. We needed to be able to direct the sound of the drum. So when you crave something, which is an organic response that everything physical has, then you can say what that craving you're designing it to create according to your own terms, according to your own template, according to your own language or your own way of being. And it basically tightens the drum. It makes the gut instinct, the cellular response, the sense of vibrating with what's yours to do, yours to be, yours to have more powerful, more real, more actualizing, more enrolling, and more calming. So why I designed the creation exercises was literally to get the vagus nerve stimulated between the solar plexus region and the brain, the third eye, the pineal gland, and also all the areas of that brain that become our observer, which is not going to be in this conversation. And also to calm our drum, or solar plexus, so that it could respond. Imagine it just responding to craving love creates joy. It would start to respond to the drumming of joy. It will start responding to the drumming of what you want something to be, because it's what fits for your template of creation that lies in the template of your abdominal brain that was here long before you had any history in this lifetime, that came with you in that embryonic maturity of a soul into a human system. About to have something very loud come by me. Oh, nope, he just left. The motorcycle, we're good. So that's really our intelligence is a response-based intelligence. It's kind of knowing how to move, how to dance, where to go, way beyond thought. Because you can have a thought about, am I to have this job? And but if your solar plexus kind of listens to creation, and you either get a yes or a no. So for me, maturing the magnificent intelligence of the solar plexus region is beyond wonderful. Even when you have fear, it's even short-lived, because it's just an attention getter for seeing if it's something to be excited about, something to be worried about, or something to inquire about. How does this all pertain to health? The phenomenon of a human system is it carries all memory of what grants us life and has us exist as whole. There's nothing about a human body that's designed to be flawed or inapt or inadequate. Maybe it's been conditioned and adapted to be that, but not at a cellular memory level. At a cellular memory level, it remembers everything. And no matter what I do, I've seen people take medications, I've seen people at chemo, I've seen people get body work. Without you alive, your consciousness alive in your cellular memory, which is very powerfully located in the gut instinct and the perception of the brain that moves through the neural pathways of the brain. Even the heart doesn't respond, because it's at the effect of the solar plexus. We can talk about heart math all we want, which is a very beautiful thing. But if that solar plexus grips, the heart is shut down instantly, because it doesn't know, it can't read the right information. So for me, to be a conscious being, one must be alive enough in one's own consciousness, regardless of physical health. Must be alive enough in one's own consciousness for your cells to respond, for your cells to take in information, and for your cells to give you the answers you need at a biological, ontological, spiritual level. Ontology being the study of being. So that's my teaser for the day. It's 15 minutes long versus the 5 minutes I usually get into. But I'm glad that I could be with you this morning and have this conversation and be sitting out at the end of my driveway with my pumpkin dog and be alive with you today. Namaste.